Hey everyone, and welcome to Flame of a Four's channel. In this video, I don't even really know what I'm going to call it, to be fair. What it is this is carbon fibre. As you can see, it already had a Lotus sticker on before, and when it's been taken off, it's been lacquered over the top, so the pure carbon fibre is underneath, because this is actually proper carbon fibre. It's not a cheap imitation, it's actual carbon fibre itself. So what the customer wants is this sticker taken off, it all sanded down, re-lacquered, and then he wants this Lotus Performance sticker here put on to there, and then as you can see, it will just like replicate the genuine one here, but it will have, I don't know if you can see there where the logo is, he's got a genuine sort of badge to go there, but he wants it all lacquered in. So I'm just going to show you guys how you can achieve that on carbon fibre itself. First thing you need to do, I've already just heated this up a little bit, so just heat this up with a nice, like, you could use, it doesn't really matter to be fair, you can use a hairdryer or you could use a heat gun, and then once the stickers have been heated up, they are literally really easy to peel off. I don't know if you can see here. The person that's done this before hasn't done a very good job at all. They haven't used a lot of carbon fibre, not carbon fibre, a lot of lacquer to cover the stickers themselves, because the sticker should really be embossed into the actual carbon itself. It should be raised. If you put enough lacquer on, you can keep doing it so you don't actually feel the decals underneath, but in this instance they've literally probably just stuck it on top of the carbon fibre and then literally just give it a blast of lacquer over the top, so it's not that good. In this video I'm going to show you what you can use on carbon fibre to sand it down without obviously affecting any of the carbon fibre itself, and how to get like a really good look, because at the moment the look that's on this at the moment is not very good, as you can see. Just got one more sticker, because I've heated these up. Obviously don't heat them up stupidly so that they're so hot that you can't get so that it melts the sticker. You just want it warm so that the sticker peels like that. And as you can see, the sticker's now off. The next thing we need to do is obviously blend this all in so this is literally completely gone, because when we put the other stickers on, we don't want the Lotus showing up in the background, because that would just be ridiculous. So what we want to do is literally get rid of that. Okay, so we're going to move on to the next stage. Okay guys, so let's call this a stage 2. So I'm going to show you how we can get rid of this Lotus sticker thing here. So basically it's not sticky, it is literally just like kind of outlined from where the carbon used to have the sticker behind it, and it was like lacquered over the top. So we're going to get rid of that. What we need is a flat sanding block and some 320 grit sandpaper. And then what we want to do is literally get nice and flat, find a position where you can go over, and you just literally want to just sand over the top of this. You can go in swirly motions, or if you prefer, you can just go backwards and forth, but try not to keep in one area at a time. Try and go over the whole thing if you can. Not staying. You can see, but already we've probably not even been on this we've probably been on this like maybe like 2 or 3 minutes, and it's already starting to fade. I don't know if you can see here, literally the carbon fiber's there. You don't want to take the carbon fiber down too much, but if you kind of, I'll show you, I'll lick my finger. If you can see here, once it's wet it will go shiny again, and then when that lacquer's on there, that will literally bring back that shine. So I'm going to continue to do this, and then I'll show you what it's like when it's finished. I might do a bit of fast forwarding, just because obviously it takes a little while. clearly see here, I went onto a 180 grit sandpaper just because obviously I want the process to just be a bit quicker. If you don't trust yourself with a higher grit sandpaper, don't go and do it, because obviously you do not want to ruin your carbon fibre. I'm quite confident I know how far to go with it to make it so that it won't ruin it. So I know when to stop. But like I say, if you're not confident, don't do it. Right, this doesn't look like much at the moment, but you can see where the sticker has come away, and obviously these patches here are where there's still lacquer on the top coat. But I say the carbon fibre is probably looking a little worse for wear at the moment, but I'm going to show you a little trick so we can get it back. I'm going to probably finish the rest of this off in wet now that we've faded out the edges. I'm going to do it in like a 600 wet. And then I'm going to go get ready for that, and then I'm going to show you guys what to do on the next stage, okay? Okay guys, we're back. So, you can go get a little bucket, or you can get like a bowl or anything. This is just like a screen wash tub, and I've literally just cut the lid off. A little bit of very washed up liquid, some warm water in there. You need 600 grit wet paper, and you need some blue roll, but we're going to keep needing to wipe it off to see where we've done. So what you need to do is soak the paper into the bucket. I'm not going to use anything for this like a flat block. I'm just going to use my hand, just keeping it nice and flat, just to show you what it's going to look like when it's re-lacquered. So I don't know if you can see here, it's literally wet now, and that is the finish you're going to get back on it once it's been lacquered. So you're worried that your carbon was gone, but it isn't, so don't worry about it too much, okay? You can bring carbon fibre back to life. So we just need to go around all these edges, and then make sure that we get all that old lacquer off, so that we can get ready to put our new lacquer on. So what you need to do, guys, every once in a while, because when you do wet on wet, you can't really see where you've been. It's a bit of a nightmare to see where you've been. So what you need to do is, with the dry side, literally dry off the panel, and then as it starts to dry, you will start to see where you've missed and where you need to still do, and how much more needs to come off. So wait for that to dry up. Let's just use this quickly. So there isn't a lot more into it really. As you can see, there's quite a lot of lacquer here, and there is like literally all this is nearly gone here. So I mean, we need to keep sanding down until that is all disappeared. But as you can see from that, literally once that's been lacquered, once it's wet, let me just wet it with this, like this. That is the finish you're going to get. This wet finish is what you're going to get from it there. So that clear bit there, as you can see where the lacquer's gone, that will be how clear and how detailed it will be. So all the 3D carbon effect is still there, but we need to get off this old stuff first. But when you recoat it, you can see that even though them stickers were there, it doesn't matter. Okay, so we need to continue to get rid of all this until it's gone. Okay guys, so I've been on this now for another 20 minutes, just literally going over with the block and the sandpaper, 320 grit, just to take off the rest of the lacquer. And I don't know if you can tell, but it's looking really, really good. All I need to do now is just go over it with a 600, which I'm going to do on camera, which should give it its final sort of look. So with it wet now, with the 600 paper, this is what it would look like if it was lacquered. So If it had clear coat on it, this is the effect it will have, because the clear coat will obviously show up all of the imperfections. So it's worth spending some time. If you've got something as nice as carbon fibre, it's worth spending the time on it to get it to look good, you know. Don't go too far so that you start to get into the weave, because the last thing you want to do is get onto that weave, because it usually has like a gel coat before people start messing with them, which is good. And we haven't gone through to the weave, which is good, because if we do, then obviously we'll have it sticking out, and we don't want that. So let me just quickly go over and make sure that all that lacquer is definitely off. I want to show you what it's like when it's fully wet, so you can get a kind of insight of what it's going to look like when it's lacquered. So I don't know if you can see that now, but that is literally what it will look like when it's clear coated. So look, it's going to look amazing. It's just going to look brand new, and you wouldn't even have thought that this at the start had like any logo on it or anything. So this, guys, is literally, I'm just going to go over it one more time just to make sure, because obviously I like to satisfy people, make people happy, and I treat people's work as I would treat my own, you know, like I would want it to come out to perfection. So if you've got somebody's work and you're working on people's cars, obviously treat it like you would treat your own. Treat it with respect. So that's my kind of motto anyway. Right, guys, that's done. Literally done enough for me to lacquer it. I'll be going over to probably be going maybe into the workshop or outside, just to show you guys what it's like clear coated, or how to clear coat again, even though I've got videos of me clear coating stuff, just because I want you to see the complete process on how to do it from start to finish. Like I say, I'm not sure what to call this, whether to call it recoating carbon fibre or whatever, but if you guys have got any suggestions of what I could perhaps call this video, let me know, because I would really like to know, so that I could get people obviously watching it. I didn't wear gloves when I'm doing wet flat, and for the pure fact that I like to feel where I've gone and where I'm going with wet flatting. It's a really weird sort of like thing to describe, but right, that is all done. I wish you could feel this, guys. This feels so smooth and so lovely, but that's what you want. So look, there is, although there's still like a wet splodge here, you can see that over the whole area, all of it has been like sanded down to it being even. So there's not trying to explain it in a way where you'll kind of get what I mean, but it's been sanded down so there's no patches or anything. Even though it looks patchy, it's just because it's wet. If that evaporates within the video time frame, then you'll see that literally this whole thing has been sanded down to a sort of like an even coat. As we speak, it is now drying up that little bit of water. So what we're going to need to do, literally before we paint this, guys, is literally wipe it down with a little bit of panel wipe, just to take off any grease, or if you're wearing like aftershaves or anything like that, obviously that will get into the paint. So make sure you don't really spray yourself with the day that you're going to paint, because you don't want to have any reactions or any silicons in the air. But this panel now is literally ready for a sort of like a panel wipe, and then a tack coat, and then literally a clear coat, and then we're going to leave it to dry. So we're going to go ahead and do that and get on to the next stage, and then we're going to show you what you need to do to prepare yourself ready for the decals, and then to lacquer over the top what you need to do to prepare the decals so that you can do it the proper way, not the way it was done before. Okay, so stay tuned, see you in a bit. Okay guys, so now we're on to the next step of lacquering this piece of equipment. What we need to do is get it prepared. So what you need to do is just either lay it on a nice bit of cardboard, as you can see here, and what I tend to do is use like a lid, because you want it to be raised so you can get to the edges. We're going to have to do this process twice, and you can always just pull the lid off and then use the lid again on your product. I'm hoping the compressor doesn't kick in so that you can't hear me. I really hope it doesn't kick in at all. So all you need to do is literally lay that down like that, stick some tape on, and then put some across here. Make sure it doesn't go to the edges too much, because obviously you need the edges. Push it down nice and firm. Do the same on the other side. It's hard to do things with gloves on. And then the next thing you're going to want to do is literally lay this flat on top of there, which is probably going to stick to my glove, because everything sticks to gloves. It's just really, really annoying. And then tape this over the top, like so. Then we need to flip this over, like this. So it's raised off the ground, like so. It's a little bit wobbly, but it's not going anywhere, and it's nice and raised for us to be able to lacquer it. The next thing we need to do is use panel wipe. As you can see here, nice panel wipe. You don't want to use too much, but you don't want it to react, not now that you've come this far getting it all perfect. So again, just literally, as you can see, as that's going over there, that's what it's going to look like when it's lacquered, so it looks lovely. Just get off all that excess. Go over with a dryer afterwards, like that. Once that's all dried off, guys, I'm just going to quickly put a little bit more tape under here, just to make sure that it doesn't flare up or go anywhere. The last thing I want is this going anywhere, if I can help it. So, there we go. Right, I'm happy with that. I'm hoping that I don't get lacquer all over my camera as well, because I really want you guys to see what's happening. Right, so the next stage is, if I can find it, tack rag. So you need to tack off any mess that might be on there. Again, just go around the edges. And now I'm going to get the gun all set up, and then we'll give it a clear coat. So guys, as you can see, I've now brought it upstairs to dry off, but doing what we've done and taken our time to get it perfected has given us like a really nice piece. So that is really ready to go. Tomorrow, once it's dry and it's all tacked off, what we'll do on here, we're going to get the sticker. So we'll be doing the Lotus Performance sticker, we'll be putting that on. But before that, I'll be showing you what process you need to do before we can lacquer a sticker into the actual product itself. Okay guys, now that we have our canvas, we need to make sure that this is prepared well enough for it to take the sticker. You can't just go and stick the sticker on this and lacquer over the top, because it won't work. You need to prepare it. So to prepare it, I'm going to show you how to do that. Again, you're going to need to use like a wet flat end compound, and then you're going to need to use a a wet flat. To wet flat, basically, you just want to use some 2000 paper and some water, lukewarm with maybe a tiny little bit of fairy washing up liquid in it, just like a pea size, and that's what you're going to need. Use a flat hand when you're doing it, or you can use a block, but because this has got a curve in it, I'm going to be using my hand, so let me go ahead and do that. And the reason we're doing this is to allow the paint to stick to it. It really doesn't take a lot to take off the top coat. We're not looking to sand it all the way down. All we're looking to do is take out any rubbish that might be in there and to give it a nice coat ready for it to take the sticker and then the lacquer, another coat of lacquer on top of this. Okay. That's what you want it to look like, guys, okay? So it's all dull in all the areas, really smooth, got all the bits of rubbish out. Then we're going to go on to doing the stickers. Right guys, so the next thing you want to do is just clear it off with some panel wipe, just to make sure that there's no excess on there, just before you put your sticker on. That will just help it adhere to it. Get it nice and clean, wait for that to dry off. And then get this one over, turn it around where it's going to be to match it up. You just want to do a line where literally where you feel that it's going to go, so that goes pretty much halfway across those tags. So I'm going to put that across the tag there. Giving yourself a nice line to go to so that you know that they're even. The next thing you want to do is prepare your sticker. So the sticker goes there, which is obviously going to go here on the actual part itself. So we'll just peel that back. To a nice bright orange. There we go. So, need to line it up straight. You want to make sure you haven't got any bubbles in it. Slowly peel back. So there you have it. Lotus Performance. So we're going to go and recoat this now. So what we'll do is we'll get prepared for it and we'll just tack it off and then we'll give it another coat of lacquer, and then you can imagine when the badge is on here it's going to look really good. So that is that, but in carbon fibre and with some orange performance on there. So guys, this is completely done now. I don't know if you can see like just how crystal clear it looks and how well it's come out. I'll try and lift this up closer so you guys can get a good look at it. I'm hoping that it doesn't fall off. But that is now the Lotus Performance. I don't know if you saw it before with the rubbish sticker on there. Once it's got the badge on, it's going to look the tip. So guys, that's it really. I mean, if you, like I say, if you wanted to fill this badge a bit more, like, you know, like the lettering a bit more with lacquer so that it's completely flush, and you're going to have to use 2000 grit over the top, keep lacquer in it, 2000, keep lacquer in it, and then literally it will be so thick that it will, you know, you won't see the outline of the lettering or be able to feel it. But for this, it's absolutely fine. It looks good. It doesn't need no more. There's not too much time spent on it, and I think it's come out really, really well. So, guys, you've been watching Flame with before. If you like this video, remember to smash that thumbs up, and please click that subscription button, because all the subscribers that I get obviously help me to grow my channel and do more videos like this. So, thanks for watching, guys. Also, just real quick before I go, if you want to buff this and make it really, really shiny, again, use a 2000 grit and then just use a light compound, something like, you can use fast cut, but just keep it on there very, very lightly, because you don't want to buff through here, but you only need to really do around it. I wouldn't recommend buffing on it, but I'm just going to put some polish on here. It's came out perfect, so don't really need to do anything to it. And thanks for watching, guys. See you again next time. Bye bye.